Melissa was in traffic. Hello. Oh my God, that's loud. How loud?
I don't know.
Oh, that's so loud.
Oh. Talk too loud.
Oh my God.
I use my outside voice.
Go ahead. All right. Is that the end of that song? I don't know. This is the bridge. Push the button. Wow. What's up, everybody? What was that? Is that your phone?
Yeah.
Your phone was rocking, dude.
It was.
What happened?
It was
Whoa.
having a party
That
by
was wild.
itself.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Friday, September 3rd, Friday-erd of the 2021. It's the 21st year of the 21st century. How hot is that? That's the hotness. That's the hotness. Today is the show, and we're having a show. What did I say on the show? We're having a show on the internet. It's an internet show. If you've ever been to the internet before, welcome back. If you've been here before. If you haven't been here before, welcome back to the internet, where you've been always, constantly, forever. Yeah, that's right. Robots and stuff. And anyhow, it's Friday. What's going on, everybody? Good to be back for a Friday show, getting ready for the Labor Day weekend. Very exciting times. I know everybody out there has wild vacation plans. You guys are going to Aruba, Jamaica. Ooh, I want to take you. You know what I'm talking about. Everyone's getting on an airplane. You're going wild. You know, you're going to be doing whatever you wild people do. I don't understand because I live a dad life. I have a baby, and I do dad stuff now. I'm transitioning 100% into dad stuff, where I just wander around the yard, sort of putting my hands on my hips and being disappointed in shrubbery. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. Just standing around out there, looking disappointed at my bushes, whether my bushes are growing too fast or too slow or anything like that. And then I came in here and I looked at and I realized that our members, they went up and then they went back down. So now we're back down to 8.1% of the membership YouTube style thing that we're trying to do around here. Now, today, that doesn't affect you guys very much because we still, no matter how many members we still have to grace our presence, Alyssa Bentley. Welcome, Alyssa Bentley, to the show. Round of applause. There she is.
Hi.
There she is, Alyssa Bentley. What's up? We still have a guest, regardless of how many members we have. We're still going to have a guest today. But this is an expiring offer, Internet. This is an expiring offer. We got to have 100 million members before the end of Labor Day weekend, or we'll implode. Or not.
Just like, we'll just transform into a tiny little, very, very, very dense little dot.
Yeah, we'll shrink down into a tiny dot and then supernova. Mm-hmm. Anyhow, I'm just kidding. We appreciate all of our members. We appreciate all the patrons. We appreciate our interactivity on Discord, and we're going to double check right here to see if I have any notifications on Discord. I just posted a meme on Discord last night. I don't know if anybody noticed it in the Minecraft section. It explains the ancient aliens in a meme. It explains it. All you got to do is just read the meme, and the ancient aliens will be immediately debunked just by pure, like, reasoning. You know what I mean? Like, you just legit be like, oh, yeah, they built all these, like, pyramid things because they don't fall over. And you go, oh, yep, ingenuity of man. Current news, Nathaniel's coworker's car was stolen, and it sounds like they had a wild time at work last night. So shout out to Nathaniel.
And his too fast, too furious lifestyle.
Too fast, too furious. Wild stuff at work last night.
And also, I hope they find your car. Well, your coworker's.
I hope they find your coworker's
90s
car.
Mustang.
I've been down that road where it's like somebody's got a car that they put a bunch of work into, and then somebody stole it randomly because, like, And it was always something like, oh, well, I was repairing the door, and so I couldn't lock the doors, and so somebody got in, or something like that. You know what I mean? Real drag. On a personal note, I can tell you a story similar. As some of you know, I used to work nights driving big giant trucks around on the roads, the roads, right? And where we parked all of our work vehicles was out just in this like industrial park out, which like the average person would never go there because it's just warehouses and like
Right.
heavy equipment and dudes just staring at shrubbery with their hands on their hips being disappointed, you know?
Right.
We tie back to the beginning of the show. A bunch of old dudes doing dad stuff, just standing around looking disappointed at industrial equipment. You know, you would never really go there as a person. So anyhow, we're off doing our work.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing our work. And I worked with this guy, and I think his name was Raul. I'm trying to remember the guy's name because I worked with him for a long time, so you would think you just immediately remember. But it's been almost 20 years now, and I realize like how old I am when I go like, this was like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And so we arrive back at the shop. His truck pulls up. My truck pulls up maybe 10 minutes later. I get out. He's cleaning his truck. So when you do industrial road work, part of the requirement is that you have to wash down your vehicle before you A, put it away, B, take it out on another job. So it's just one of those requirements that you're supposed to do. So he's out there spraying his truck off and air quote washing it. We didn't do the greatest job. It was just sort of like, yeah, we got to spray it off, so we'll do it. You know?
Get the loose mud off.
Yeah, knock the dirt off, the dust, the grime. So we're in the parking lot there, and I pull up. It's 4 a.m. or something. It's dark. Nobody else is awake. We're in the industrial park. He comes out and he's telling me in Spanish that my radio is in his truck. Or my radio is in his car. And I'm like, my radio is in your car. I don't understand what you're talking about. Like, this is weird, right? Like, what do you mean?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, dude, you don't, your stereo is in my car. And I'm like, I understand this sentence that you're telling me. It's in Spanish, so obviously not my first language. Like, but I don't understand. I can't comprehend why somebody would be saying this to me. And at this point in time in the night, it's like you're 14 cups of coffee in, and you've been running around for hours. Feels like decades in the darkness, you know. And it's just like, I don't know what you're saying to me. What is happening right now, you know? Like
I need more context.
One more time. And then he gets frustrated. He's like, fine, come over here. Come look. And he goes and opens his trunk. And legit, like, my stereo out of my truck, you know, like all my speakers, my stereo, everything is just sitting in the trunk of his car. And I'm like, are you stealing my stereo? Like, what's happening right now? Like, this is the weirdest way to go about stealing my stereo. You just ripped it out of my truck and then put it in your car and then told me about it. And then now you're showing it to me. Like, this is a weird flex, dude.
Yeah.
It's a weird flex, bro. Like, am I being robbed? Is that what's happening right now? And he's like, no, I don't understand. It's in my car. Like, and there's other stuff from the other guy's cars is in his car. And I'm like, oh, hold on. Like, you know, it's like, and, you know, working nights like that, most of the guys would carry a piece on them. You carry a gun, a pistol.
Yeah.
You know, so then it's like, okay, hold on. Let's get our lights out and let's go look around because something fishy is going on. So we go and open the shop, the warehouse, the industrial building, right? We go in there and go and look at the security cameras.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, well, let's roll back the tape. This is 20 years ago, guys. It's on a tape.
You had to hit rewind.
You had to hit rewind and go back. Actually, I think it might have been digital, but it still like had the mechanism.
It was trying to get you used to how it worked.
I think it was like an ADAT tape or something like that. I don't know. I'm not 100%. But you had to rewind it back, and then it's like, oh, there's been a whole bunch of people in our parking lot.
Huh.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, these old cameras, you could just see that there's people moving around. You can't identify the criminals, right? So it's like, okay, something weird was going on. So then now we go walk around the parking lot. Everyone's car has been broken into. And his car was the one that they picked to put all of the stuff that they stole out of all the other cars, and then they were going to steal his car.
Yeah.
Right? But clearly people have been making trips in and out, and we're like, this is so weird. It's so weird. And it turns out they used our property to break into another property. They cut a big hole in the fence, and they broke into the other property that way by breaking through the barbed wire fence and stuff in the cover of the backs of the two properties meeting up. And they were stealing a bunch of stuff from our neighbors who were they were like loggers and stuff, you know. They did logging over there. So, of course, there's like chainsaws and all sorts of stuff that you could steal and sell for drugs or what. I don't know, whatever they're doing. They're criminals, so who knows? So, long story short, we had come back apparently, and they didn't. They weren't there because they were making a trip to go drop off stuff wherever they're dropping it off, and we just inadvertently, like, happened to come back at a time where they thought no one was gonna still be there, you know. And so anyhow, for us, it actually worked out okay because everybody just got their stuff back and just put it right back into our cars, and I reinstalled my stereo and blah blah blah, you know. But it was weird because our neighbors had tons of stuff stolen, and they had tons of stuff stolen that was like eventually super easy for the loggers to just drive around until they found, like, because they stole a bunch of dirt bikes and stuff. And one of the guys over there was just so pissed off about it, he just drove up and down all around and eventually found somebody who had the dirt bikes out front of their place, and they ended up getting busted. But yeah, it was weird. It was weird, but it was a totally crazy night, you know, because and then after that, you're super paranoid for like, I don't know, 2 weeks.
Right.
And then after that, you just go back to doing the exact same stuff you were doing before. It's like,
because they're gonna come and do it regardless. Like,
right.
It's like no matter how many deadbolts and stuff you put on your door, if somebody wants to come into your house,
You can just cut a hole in the wall.
You can cut a hole in the wall. You can break a window. You can, I don't know. Like, I can go to the hardware store. Well, maybe I can go to the hardware store and get a glass cutter.
Is it open?
If it actually exists in the store.
That's true. It's probably sold out by this point.
Sold
Would
out.
be my guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, welcome to 2021 COVID levels of inventory.
Right.
Yeah. Who would have thought our supply chain was this fragile?
Right.
Who would have thought? Economists, by the way, thought that our supply chain management was incredibly bad, which is funny because I went back and actually looked up some of them to go like, but really, did they? And you're like, yeah, they were writing about this stuff in like 2010, you know, and you're like, yeah, that was a decade ago, so yeah, they kind of knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Oopsie doopsie. But yeah, welcome to our world here in 2021. Who should we give a shout out to, Alyssa?
Fish Tank Barn.
The Fish Tank Barn?
Yeah.
For super chatting?
Heck yeah.
Lunch fund or gas for Alyssa.
Yes. But
Yes.
not both.
But not both. We don't have that kind of money.
I don't eat gasoline.
Oh my God! I got up this morning because I had to fill up my truck because we gotta tow the trailer later today. So I like filled up my big truck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, $80. Just like, ooh, $80 in gasoline. Like, oh man, I ran that kind of low. I ran the tank pretty low yesterday because I had to go pick up Olivia from the mountain. And on the way home, this is the first time it's ever happened in that truck. The gas warning light came on.
Uh-huh.
I was like, oh no. Oh no, you know how bad that's going to be when I go to the pump. And, you know, it's like, so filling up that truck is like, you put the pump in there You
And
know,
then
you
you
put
wait.
the schnozzle, and then you go into the store, and you buy some snacks, and you use the bathroom, and you talk to the person behind the counter for a little while, and you come out, and it's still filling. You know, you're like, oh, I guess I'll stand here for more time now. Oh, yikes! You know, yeah, it's one of those things. So, but
It's always weird to me because I drive a Fit. It's got like my standard fill is like 8 gallons.
right.
So it's weird to me when people in their giant trucks or whatever are behind me at the pump, and they're like, I ain't waiting for this lady. I'm gonna go and swing my huge truck around and like do all this crazy stuff until I can get to the other pump on the other side. And I'm like, if you give me like literally 2 minutes, I'll be done. And then you can sit here for half an hour filling up your truck.
Well, it's more fun to drive around though. Gives you something to do while you're waiting.
Yeah, I mean,
You got to make a 29-point turn.
Austin Powers in it. Yeah.
Oh, my truck's stuck. Ka-clunk.
Oh man.
Yeah. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. It's for the kids. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
that comedy. It's like comedy hour at the old gas station. But I'm so used to going to the gas station at like dark 30, you know, when it's not, there's nobody there except for like one crazy guy who's comes out of the bushes, you know, and is like, hey man, you got $1? It's like, get out of here. Get, you know.
I can't do that. They don't leave me alone when I tell them no.
But I tell you, when I go out to the gas station,
Oh, that's you.
who's calling me? I don't trust you. I don't trust you, phone call. You go to voicemail. But when I go there when it's daylight, I'm like, what are all these people doing here? This is crazy. Like, who are all these guys? And I realized that, like, that's the normal interaction that people have with the gas station. Like, I literally get there, like, 1 minute after they open, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, hey, how you doing? You know, and then when I go there when the sun is out, and they're like, oh, God, okay, what do you want, something? You know? Like, oh, man, I like getting here early, and the people are super happy. Like,
They've had their coffee.
they haven't been worn down by the give me $1 guy yet.
Hey, you got $1? Gas station.
Yeah.
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 Fish Tank Barn says, or maybe gas for Alyssa's lawnmower. Do you have a gas mower?
No.
Is it electric?
We have a rechargeable electric mower. Yeah,
That's
it's pretty cool.
These rich people, these rich folks with their battery-operated lawn apparatus.
To be fair, I don't mow the lawn. Justin mows the lawn.
It's true.
I've offered to mow the lawn, and Justin says, no, it's my job. It's my job. And I said, okay, cool.
It's a man thing. You gotta get out your New Balance. You know, you gotta get out your white New Balance sneakers, and then we're gonna green those babies up. You know what I'm talking about? We're gonna get some green on these.
Oh, he wears his Converse.
That's not. You gotta go full dad mode, man. You gotta get the high and tight jeans, and the New Balance,
He's
and the
gotten
cell phone.
to
You gotta
the
get the
point-
cell phone holster. You know, he's still pretty young though, right? Like he's
Yeah.
only like 30.
No, he's 35, 36.
Oh, he's 36.
Yeah.
Well, he's much older than I thought. I thought he was only like 30.
That's
so
'cause
I'm
he
an
seems
idiot.
very young.
He seems young. I don't know. He seems so nice. That's the thing.
Well, he is.
I'm so used to just like talking to myself, I think, that I'm like, yeah, everyone's just kind of grouchy, right? And then I meet people like Justin, and he's like, hi, the sun's out. And I'm like, oh, hey, bud, what's happening right now? I don't know if I trust this. What are you doing? I'm suspicious. You know,
He's literally the nicest guy.
he's nice, dude. I
On the
really like him.
like,
no.
Seriously, the first date that we were on, I don't know if we really need to talk about this right now, but the first date that we were on.
Do we? Are we supposed to, or are we not?
I don't know. But we got in my car, and when I was driving, and we passed by, there was 2 people on the side of the road, and one of them just kind of went like this, and behind me was a cab. And I was like, okay, they're hailing a cab. But Justin didn't see the cab, and he was like, oh no, do they need help? And I said, no, they're hailing the cab. And he's like, well, I'm concerned. What if they need help? And I was like, all right, if we if you want, we'll loop around.
You're all, hey, hey, you over there, you need help? No? All right, I'm out.
I'm like, we'll loop around and we'll see. And sure enough, no, they were gone.
They were just gone.
Yeah, they'd
Wow.
gotten in their cab and they were gone. But
Yeah.
still, I was like, aw, one nice guy.
It's one of those things that, like, I have pulled over and helped people on the side of the road. But it's weird, right?
Uh-huh.
Because I think people have the same vibes that I just described about myself a minute ago, where it's like, kind of suspicious, what's going on here? Because it seems to me that anytime I've been on the side of the road, the sketchiest weirdos are the weirdos that pull over to help me. It's not Justin.
Mm-hmm.
If it was Justin, I'd be like, all right, okay, okay, I'm not going to get murdered just yet.
Right.
Maybe I'll accept some assistance. But the last time, like, I was going up to the coop for work, and I had a blowout in my truck, and in the worst spot in the world to try and, like, change the tire. And then, of course, I get out and my spare's flat because it's amateur hour out here. You know what I mean? Well, and the spare on my truck, I'd never really messed with it. And it just was not in good shape, you know. So
you
it
don't
was
like take it out when you go and fill up your tires, and then like specifically also fill up your spare.
I probably got to do some dad stuff there. I got to throw on my New Balance and my cell phone holster, and
you gotta have
what's
your
another
compressor at home.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I have an air compressor. I could definitely fill it up, but like, I got to be that dad who's like at the gas station that drops the spare off and then is like checking it for balance, you know. Hey, you know, we gotta take the spare out here, and you gotta remount it in the other direction so it doesn't get off balance. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like while it's underneath the truck. Like, yeah, I don't know. My dad would do stupid stuff like that, which I think he was just trying to occupy time.
possibly.
I think he was just trying to occupy time because you got to think in 1989, there wasn't any internet or anything like that. My dad was just being disappointed in the lawn, you know, and it's like, I guess I'm gonna take the spare off the truck and give it old once over right now because that's what I'm gonna occupy my time with.
Yeah.
And then people
My
will
dad
think
was
that
the
he's
same.
I mean, it's like our generation of dad is like, you got to wonder, were they just occupying time to seem like they were
Well,
worthy, you
The
know,
other
if they were like,
thing-
it's like, I got to display that I'm worthwhile, you know, like by puttering around and
well,
doing
the
nothing.
thing was that my dad also had a hobby.
Oh,
So, and his hobby was he made remote control airplanes.
oh, okay.
And so, like, when he did actually have spare time, when all the work was done, he would go down to Dad's hole in the basement, which was just like a space like this in the basement that had all of his hobby stuff, and he would sit down there and heat gun, you know,
Yeah, it's just
plastic to.
It's just puttering around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what he would do.
I swear, our generation of dads built a career off just puttering around. Like,
Yeah.
just like, what's he doing? I don't know. He's doing something. He's doing something. I mean, he's got like items in his hands, and he's like, but he's just kind of over there, you know.
Yeah.
Did your dad smoke cigarettes?
No,
No, he
not
didn't smoke
even.
cigarettes.
Never once,
Ah.
as far as I know. According to him, never once.
Well, yeah. That's always the funny thing. It's like, okay, so you're 75 years old, and you're telling me you never. Okay, whatever. I would never even be able to document that because it was a million years ago. You know.
To be
if
fair,
somebody had to bust out the photo film, you know.
to be fair, my dad, according to him, said that while his favorite band was The Doors, when he went and saw them, and he was up in front, he was offended because he could smell Jim Morrison from the front row, and that he was really gross. And that one time,
I would guarantee.
Oh, yeah.
I would put 100% guarantee that Jim Morrison smelled like
terribleness.
awful.
Yeah. Most likely, yeah. He also said that one time he was at some bar or something, and this woman came up to him and was hitting on him, and it was Janis Joplin, and he didn't want to go anywhere with her because she, again, smelled really gross. So
I don't believe that. I would believe that your dad went to the Doors show and it was full of bad smells. I would believe that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I believe that story. I believe that
I'm
one.
just
The other one of
regurgitating.
Janis Joplin was hitting on him at a bar, and he was like, nah, I don't want to go. It's just like Marilyn Monroe hit me up one day. She wanted me to come over and give her a back rub, and I just said, nah, she's too blonde. Blah, you know, like
To be fair, at that particular time in his life, he did, and I've seen photos, look surprisingly like John Denver. So
my dad when I was young, like he looked like if Chuck Norris and who's that guy from Nirvana?
which one?
The main guy, Kurt Cobain. He looked like if he looked
like
like
there's three.
he looked like if Kurt Cobain and Chuck Norris like melded and had a baby somehow.
Huh.
Like my dad looked like that. He's tall and he had the Chuck Norris beard and he had the blonde hair. You know, his facial structure looks like Kurt Cobain like a lot, and Chuck Norris blended together. It was very weird. My dad's a weird guy.
Interesting.
I told you about him breaking his pelvis a little while ago.
Yep.
Right? Yeah, I told you guys about that. What a goof.
Yeah.
What a goof.
Yep.
Alien Fetus 420. That's a name.
That's
an
awesome name.
That's an awesome name to just, you know, it says Jim never showered, which is probably true. And also mentioned open carry cell phone laws. You got your cell phone holster. Hey guys, we gotta update these these open carry cell phone laws. We gotta get these updated. Do you have to have a permit? You have your CWP? Oh wait, it's a CPL now. It's not a CWP anymore. It used to be a concealed weapons permit. Now it's a concealed pistol license. I think CPL.
Oh.
They changed it. They updated it because CWP was so confusing for people that they just had to do that, I guess. I don't know. It was probably the libs, man. Right?
Those libs.
It's probably the classic libs, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people like my dad who are like, capitalism's great. Oh, really? Yeah, I went to Vietnam to give him some capitalism. Like, okay. Is that
Now they have McDonald's.
what? Yeah, now they have McDonald's and they can have hamburgers. They got hamburger, cheeseburger, hamburger. Yeah. Paula Kreinberg says gas is like $4.50 a gallon here. Never more glad to drive a hybrid. Yeah, gas is actually really high right now. Some of the OPEC nonsense. They're getting their money back from last year. Basically, is what they're doing. When the gas prices were at like $1. They were like, we're not making any money, but we know you guys are going to start driving your cars again. And when that happens, guess what we're going to do? We're going to restrict production so that we can make sure that that the gas goes way up because everybody's going to drive their trailer around to go camping.
Right.
Because people aren't going to be flying on the aeroplanes so much.
Right.
Because
And they're stuck of
They
being
Rona.
in the house.
see, it's one of those things that like I always try to. Here's one of the things I try to convey in the world to other people is that like you think you're smart, right? Or at least smart enough to like look around and be like, hey, I kind of know.
Are you smarter than a
Kinda-
fifth grader?
Kind of know what's going on a little bit, right? Whoop. Well, those people exist all around the world, right? So the OPEC guys, they got smart guys there too that are like, oh, yeah, stuff's gonna happen, and we're gonna be ready, and we're gonna extract money. Yeah, that's how they do it.
Yep.
Dean Hritz says, I'm realizing I act like a dad at 26. Knowing this, I'll go take out my frustration trimming my ficus tree.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, solid. One of my nicknames was for a long time was like I'm like a grandpa dad. People would call me grandpa dad
Yeah.
because I've always been that like dude who's like, yeah, maybe we got to get out here and trim this hedge, bros. Maybe that's what we got to do. You know, yeah, I've always been doing that and being weird. Pretty seamless transition to being a dad, other than the million things you got to learn. But other than that,
Right. Now you
pretty
just
normal.
also have a kid. You started out being a dad, and now you also have a kid.
Now I also have a kid.
Yeah.
I'd recommend it. It's recommended behavior, I would say. I think, in my opinion.
We're at the point now where Justin is like, man, we got all these weeds. What do we do? And I'm like, you can either dig them out or you spray them out. Start by mowing the lawn, and then and then he's like, people are gonna think we're lazy, and I'm like, everybody else on this block is lazy. Come on, it's fine.
Yeah, yeah. People are gonna think we're lazy. You're like, no, no.
Nope.
No, it's like the people out there, they're all involved in their own nonsense.
Right.
If they're thinking anything, they're thinking the same thing. Like, people are going to think we're lazy.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey? No, I don't think so. Let's see. What was the comment? What was the comment up here? I was with a buddy of mine years ago on the freeway at like 10 a.m. He gets a blowout and no lug wrench. This guy sees our flashers, pulls over, runs up to us, and asks for a damn cigarette. Oh, my God. Oh, hey, here comes a guy. He's going to help out. Hey, buds, you got a grit for me? Like, what the hell? You're like, it would have been so funny if you're like, yeah, and then you're like, you give him one, right, and then he just walks off, just leaves, like, oh, cool, man, see you guys later. Good times out here on the side of the road. Don't know what you guys are doing, but
Thanks for stopping.
so stupid. That's my favorite guy. That's my favorite guy ever. What a dick. Oh, my God. We got to give our shout-outs first to the chat so we could stop laughing for a second. Chirish was first.
Was it 10 hours ago?
Yeah. And
Nice.
went back to bed.
Nice.
Paula Kreinberg, Pipex, Frank Dominguez, Mikey Fishy, Michael Sark, Krager's Fish, Big D Smoke, Gabrielle Delgado, 503 Aquatics, Michael Bublau is here, the Zen Ginger, Ricky Aquatics, Zero Aquatics, Big D Smoke, Krager's Fish. Did I say Krager's Fish? I'm going to say it again. Why not? S is here. Oh, my God, all the way from Australia. What time is it in Australia? I have no idea. It's probably tomorrow midnight or something. Who knows? Did I miss anybody else? James Floyd is here. I don't know. Put
Is it
your
like
name
10
in the.
p.m. in
Just
Australia?
start typing into the chat furiously, and I'll try to read your comments and direct our show a little bit accordingly to whatever it is that you're saying. What's that?
Oh, I
It's
don't
like
know.
tomorrow something. What time is it in Australia?
Well, it might be
Let's find
early
out.
enough here that it's just like late night there. Because it's not more than 12 hours.
2:54 a.m.
Okay.
It's
Maybe it is-
3 a.m. in Australia,
All right.
or 4 a.m.
Depending upon what part of the
or
continent.
1 a.m. or midnight. Not 100%.
Dang.
Because they're GMT plus 10, 11, 9.5, 8, and 7. It's a big country. I don't know if you guys realize it's its own continent.
It's like, isn't Australia like as big as the continental part of the U.S.?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's its own continent.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
there
yeah.
another country that's its own continent? Or is that the only one?
Well, Australia. I think New Zealand is technically on its own continental shelf.
It's not its own continent. It as the country of Australia is mostly a single land mass. Yeah, I think it's just Australia. Well, Papua New Guinea is there, a country within the continent. A country within the continent is one of the most culturally and linguistically diverse countries in the world. Papua New Guinea. Good job. That sounds chaotic. I know Chris Lukup wants me to go with him to Papua New Guinea to collect shrimps and fish and go around there. And
I do not know what's there.
the advice that I got was beware of being murdered by the people. It's a constant civil war, apparently.
Oh.
So you will get like arrowed.
Well, luckily you would blend right in and
I
look
would blend
just like
right
the
in. I'd blend right in. They wouldn't even know it was me. I would just be like, I'm like you guys. It's cool.
Yeah,
It's cool, buds.
right.
And they'd be like, I have a bow and arrow.
Yep.
And I would get shot in the leg. And then I'd be like that Skyrim character who
Like,
was got
I used to be an
arrow
adventurer like you.
until I took an arrow to the knee. Zen Ginger has a good point. They have weird half-time zones in Australia just to screw with people. That's right. They have the half an hour. They have the half an hour off thing. Yeah, which is bizarre. I don't even know why you would think to be a half an hour off, and that is somehow agreeable.
I don't know.
Where was it? China has no time zones. Did you guys know that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, China just is like,
Yeah. If it's
hey, it's 5 p.m. here, and you're like, it's
the
dark
sun
out
is directly overhead.
or whatever. Yeah, because I think it spans 5 or 6 different time zones, but it's all one. They're like, no,
No.
we're not. No one's getting up an hour early. Get out of here. So I think what the problem with that is that like I bet people on the east side of the country have like the weirdest schedule ever, right? Versus the people on the west side.
Probably
Who's getting up super early is all I'm saying.
Well, I would think, because isn't the east side is where all the ports and stuff are in the larger cities,
Right.
and so those people probably get up at a
Regular time.
regular time, and then like all the farms and stuff are more west, and so
Right.
they just probably get up with the sun anyway, and then
No,
number
no,
on
no,
the
no, no.
clock.
It's only by clock. You got to go by clock. That's how we have to do it. We can't do this
well,
sun
the chickens don't.
thing. It's true. That's true. That's true. I guess we got to look that up. I mean, maybe it's in a documentary. Like, do Chinese farmers own a clock? Do they even know what time it is? They might
Right.
not.
Do they care?
Do they?
Maybe
Yeah,
they've
is it
got
relevant?
one like guy in the middle of town that
And-
just has one, just in case some official
Oh,
comes
there's like
by.
there's like a timekeeper. There's a
Yeah.
guy. Like you just, hey Jerry, what time is it? And he's like, 9:15. And you're like,
Okay,
a.m. p. No. Okay. Bye now.
I don't know. Maybe they use the 24-hour.
Like Jerry, the timekeeper, is not very liberal with more information. Like
Yeah.
you get what you get, and then you're gonna have to get out of here now. Get back to work.
GTFO. And they all know how to say that kind of thing because the internet.
Because the internet.
Yep.
Although they have restricted their internet access.
Because of online gaming.
Gamers. These gamers are going too strong in China, so they got to
They've restricted them actually.
to the kids.
Yeah, to
Yep.
the kids.
To the kids.
So no more
Once
losing
you're an
to
adult.
12-year-olds.
Once you're an adult, you can become a gamer full time,
Yep.
but not as a child.
Yeah,
Nope.
no, you can't gain those skills as a child. You have to gain them as an adult.
You have to do it the analog way with like sticks and rocks out in the yard.
That's how I learned how to type. I had a paper
You had a paper
I
thing. I
didn't have a computer at home.
Here's the problem. I had keyboarding class. I had a keyboarding class in high school to learn how to type real good. And boy, howdy, did I not pay attention in that class whatsoever. I legit was like, I was in there with a really hot girl that I was really interested in.
Oh,
And just the whole time was just showboating, being a high school kid. You know, the hormones, going strong. I did not pay attention in that class whatsoever. Although I did break probably 4 computers. So I had that going for me. I had a good track record of screwing up school equipment. Yikes.
I paid attention, tried really hard, and did all the homework and did terribly on all of the aptitude tests.
Right.
Because we didn't have a computer at home, so I was trying to use the paper, which was just a flat, so you can't really tell where your fingers are.
That's good.
Yeah. So the teacher actually sent notes home to my parents, like, why is she failing?
Why? Why is she failing?
Like, I don't have a computer.
I don't have computering at home. Yeah.
Anyway, Natural Aquariums is talking about not caring about his lawn so much as he cares about making an indoor aquatic environment. And I understand that. I mean, that's, that's the whole reason why my tomatoes grow so well. It's because I just changed tons of water.
Wait, what's going on with Daniel Velez?
Oh, what is going on?
Hi, Susan. Well, somebody was asking, what are you going to do with all this time? And I can't seem to find the comment. There's something going on. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. What's happening?
Oh, he's retired.
Retired? Oh my God. Where's that comment? I can't even find it.
Well, I just found...
I don't know how to read good, guys. I don't know how to read good. I didn't pay attention in keyboarding class.
Well, Natural Aquarium says, hello, Daniel Velez. Congrats on the retirement.
Oh. Here we go. Just chilling. My wife and I have been planning this for a long time, so now I have the house painted and have landscaping done. So getting things done that needed to be done. Ah, nice. I dig it. That's dad stuff right there.
Heck
You
yeah.
gotta throw your cell phone in a holster and get those New Balance. Get those New Balance going good, right?
Yeah.
Those are the jams, I think.
I don't... That's... Justin has some, but
Is
they're
there
for
like
lifting, I guess.
Is there a better shoe that's more dad? Hold on, let's see. Let's see if the internet has an answer for us. Is there a more dad shoe than New Balance?
I mean, I could text my dad and ask him what kind of shoe he wears.
Oh, here we go. Wear them with pride. The 16 best dad shoes to rock now.
Oh.
God, you know the internet is going to rip it up, dude. That's all I'm saying. Okay, New Balance is number one for sure. The Nike Air Monarch 4. Oh, my God. Those are dad shoes. 100%. The Nike Air Monarchs. Adidas Oswego shoes. I don't know if those are dad shoes. Oh, Skechers.
It's the S.
Skechers are definitely dad shoes.
Oh, my God. Remember when those were the skater shoes?
The Crocs. Skechers?
Yes.
I don't think Skechers were ever skater shoes.
Yeah, dude. That's how they were marketed originally. Back in the mid-90s.
I don't know anybody who was skating with Skechers. They were wearing, what were those called? Hold on. DCs for sure.
Yeah.
Skate shoes from the 90s. God, they're like right on the cusp of my brain parts. Vans, maybe, no. DCs for sure. Globe? Who are those? I don't know. God, I do not remember Skechers being skate shoes.
To be fair, it's not like I was cool. I didn't know things.
Oh, Airwalks? Oh, Airwalks. A lot of people rock the Airwalks. Those didn't last very long, though. I was always hanging around with skaters. I never got into skateboarding. I was always doing BMX stuff. DVS? Oh, DVS for sure. Those were 100%. Those are like cool guy skate shoes for sure. But DC shoes, I think DC was like the best skate shoes that you could have in the 90s.
Natural Aquarium says Vans.
Yeah, Vans, but DCs were like, I remember DC skate shoes being like $150 or something like that. Vans have always been like $25 or $50, sort of like Converse. You know what I mean? Like last year's shoes would be on sale for like $30 or something. But like Airwalks, DC shoes, stuff like that, they were always like $150. So you had to be like way into skating, you know.
Right.
I was into like BMX and stuff like that, so I didn't really ever get into the skateboarding thing that much, but I always hung out with those guys, and they were always whoever had the best shoes or whatever was a big deal, I guess. I don't know.
I hung out with the metalheads.
K-Swiss?
But the
K-Swiss
poor
shoes.
metalheads.
K-Swiss shoes were more like when I went to high school, that was more like
Hey, Stephen P.
like K-Swiss was more like the R&B guys, you know what I mean? Like rap guys and stuff. Dudes that were into that. K-Swiss was big.
That's a brand I recognize
Yeah.
too. Man, so you know how I feel old?
Oh, Etnies. Oh, man, I forgot about Etnies. Dane. Yeah, Etnies were big. Those are expensive, too. I don't know if people, like, remember, like, how outrageously priced shoes were in that in that era. You know, stuff was like, they were like $200 for shoes. And it's only gotten worse, obviously.
Right.
But K-Swiss now is on the dad shoe list. So be aware of that. It's number 8 on the list here. Ooh, Columbia hiking shoes. Yeah, those are dad shoes for sure. The Sorel Kinetic Rush Ripstop. Those are total dad lawn mowing shoes. Pumas. Oh, Pumas are dad shoes.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, the moccasin slippers. Oh, moccasin slippers is a dad. That's a dad vibe.
That's what my dad would wear.
Yeah, you wearing around those moccasin slippers
You guys
with
can't see it.
with the plaid print flannel inside on the inside part. Yeah.
In
Oh,
fact, I think I
Filas.
bought him some of those.
Ooh, white Filas. The
Oh, you said
Filas?
Fila? I said Fila.
I like to say Fila because it's funny.
Huh.
And then people go, I say Fila. And I go, well,
And then we fight.
it's funny. It's a funny name.
No, I'm just
It's a funny name. Like it's a funny name like Turd Ferguson. Ooh, Reeboks. Oh, I didn't even think about Reeboks. Those didn't cross my mind. All birds.
Reeboks are just what
Yeah.
I wore when I was
This-
a little kid.
This is a comprehensive list of dad shoes. That is for sure.
Dang.
Oh, let me get an Amazon link so that we can plug our our Amazon affiliate. Amazon affiliate. You know what I'm talking about? Because we're an Amazon affiliate.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look up what's the most ridiculous shoe in here. I think
I don't know. Do they got UFOs?
UFOs.
Yep. It's a pair of shoe I found when I was in Hawaii. And
I
they
mean, we got
are-
the Crocs Clogs. Let's go to
That's
some.
close enough.
Oh my God, you can get them in every color now.
Dang.
See, we got these clogs right here because we're sponsored by Amazon. So go over to Amazon, click through that link, and buy a bunch of stuff because we're sponsored by it. But only if you guys buy stuff do we get a commission because we're advertising for Amazon. Bezos. Bezos' giant platform thing allows me to get a commission if you buy a bunch of crap off of Amazon. Just go through the link and buy whatever weird nonsense you guys were going to buy. And then, yeah. Federal Trade Commission tells me that I have to tell you that they're sponsored. So now you know. And, yeah, so I put a link in there, and now that's happened. Words. These ones have cloud print on them. Crocs unisex adult men's and women's classic American flag 4th of July clogs.
Wow.
Wow.
So that it's like you're literally walking on clouds.
This world is ridiculous, I'm telling you. Welcome to 2021.
Yes.
The hardware store doesn't have any parts, but apparently you can buy American flag clogs and rock those at the whatever thing you're going to. You're going to a thing and you want to let people know America, you could wear your America clogs and then respect the American flag.
You know what
by
the best part about
tromping around
Crocs
on it.
is?
Hmm?
Is that you can put them on and then walk them into like the lake or whatever so you don't step on something sharp and cut your foot.
Yeah.
And then if they fall off your foot, they just float to the top. And then you just be like, boop, and you put it back on.
That's the best part.
Yeah. I mean, aside from them being relatively comfy as you walk around.
Oh my God. Michael Bublé has a good point here. How much of a dad are you when you find a shoe that fits so great you purchase multiple of them? Like backups that are ready to go?
Just
like,
in case. Well, what if
I got
they
these
cancel that kind?
I got these wide feet and these fit so good. I better order 6 pairs so that I can have them forever.
Man, if you got wide feet, it costs so much to get good shoes.
Hey man, if you got that kind of cash and you're buying 6 pairs of shoes just to have 5 in reserve, go ahead and become a member on our channel here.
Yeah.
And then you will, I don't know what you'll do, but then you'll be a member and we'll be like, word up, high fives for the shoe purchases. You're gangster rich.
Yeah. I have a buddy whose feet are like almost as wide as they are long practically. Not for real. But
Are they just round?
no, they're just like,
He has
they're just like
big round feet?
big,
Circle feet?
wide feet.
Oh, like a hippopotamus.
Essentially. And and so for him to get
Hippopotamus feet, man.
shoes that actually fit, he has to go like 9 triple wide or something like that. And in order to actually get them, it costs like $300 a pair for just like anything. And so instead he ends up getting like size 12s and just like stuff in the end with tissues. And then it balances his body out because he's like 6'3".
Dude, I do not know what's going on with your buddies. Oh, Minecraft feet. Good point.
Yeah.
Minecraft feet.
Basically, yeah.
Oh my God.
It's crazy.
Oh man. Surely the ultimate dad shoe is a sandal, but with white sports socks. That's a dad move. Yeah. They got to be those white tube socks with the like color stripe at the top.
Yep.
You know? Yeah.
Mhm.
To accessorize.
And
you
they
know?
gotta be all the way up the calf.
Way up.
Yep.
Up to the knee. I mean, they got to.
Halfway. And you gotta have worn them that way every day for the last 40 years, and your hair is all worn off underneath.
Natural aquariums. I prefer to think of my feet as girthy.
Nice.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
Yeah.
Nike gives one-legged people free shoe for your birthday, so that is what I rock for half the year. Mystery shoe for my birthday. I got a Jordan this year. Oh,
Nice.
that's right. Michael Sarr has the he has a pirate leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got himself. He's out there pirating around.
Mm-hmm. It's not a bad deal. He went to the what was it? The guy who makes models for the Star Wars shop. Remember you posted about that?
I do.
I was jealous. I want to go there.
Yeah.
And then I realized how far away it was from my house, and I got real tired and took a nap. I was like, oh, God, it's so far, guys. And I just went to sleep. I just laid down on the ground, took a nap. Yeah. So let's see. I remember getting my Reebok pumps back in the day. Oh, my God. You remember the Reebok pumps? We had to, like, pump the top so it would fit better?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I've forgotten about that. I've forgotten about those. There was a lot of people that thought the pump, that when they had the pumps, they were doing pretty good for themselves.
Yeah, I liked when they put that into movies. They'd be like, "Hold on."
I got
All right.
I gotta pump it. I gotta pump it up. Hold on, I'm gonna go to 90. There we go.
You up?
That's better. I changed your camera angle so it makes more sense now.
Oh,
I think our head's the same size. I think. Hold on, let's check. And we go like a. we go like a. Through the power of technology. Whoa! Technology buttons. We've got them. We've got them, guys. We've got all those technology buttons around here. And Zen Ginger, speaking of technology buttons, there's a button right there in the chat that you can just push on, and you can go over to Patreon, and become a member over there. And if you got that Bezos money, top tier. We need a top tier. We need somebody to go top tier. And I remember, so you and I talked about this a while ago, that like people get super pissed when you're like, hey, help fund the YouTube channel that I'm doing, right?
Right.
Because they get all pissy. They get all like, oh my God, it's unbelievable. And I'd be like, yeah, I want to make videos for you guys full time. Now, I petitioned Bezos himself. I don't know if my emails have ever gotten through.
Probably not.
I've yelled at him on the internet, and it didn't work either. Because I know that those videos posted.
See, what
So
you
I don't
should
know if
do
my
is make
emails
a
work.
rocket. And
That looks like a phallus. It's got to be like the most. The thing looks like a penis. I mean, that's not.
I know.
We can't mince words here.
Right.
It's the most phallic-looking rocket I've ever seen in my entire life, and that guy's ridiculous. Now, anyhow, my point is that I've tried to petition that guy, right, and it didn't work. It didn't work. It has fallen on deaf ears. So it's a thing that, regardless of how many times I've tried to get him to sponsor the show, he has not become a top-tier patron. So if you happen to have that Bezos money, like if you're a Bezos competitor, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're like, I want to one-up Jeffrey Bezos, right? Because I'm Warren Buffett or something. I don't know. I don't know who's his arch nemesis.
Oh, what's his name?
Lex Luthor? Is it Lex
Tesla
Luthor?
dude.
The Tesla, yeah, the Tesla guy,
Yeah.
Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think so.
that guy. Hey, if you're that Lex Luthor guy, and you have competing rockets or whatever, top tier patron, you could do that.
Yeah, because I don't think why I can't remember the names of all the billionaires anymore. But I don't think that Microsoft guy does.
Oh, Bill Gates.
Yeah. I don't think he's at all a competitor because he's not bothering. He's like, I don't care about
Bill
your
Gates.
race.
Bill Gates could definitely top tier.
I mean, he could.
He could.
It's just that I wouldn't consider him a competitor. He's playing a different game.
He is
It's like
playing
you
a different
don't
game.
consider
He's not even in the game anymore.
Serena
He,
Williams and
like Serena Williams and her sister, the other, Venus Williams.
no, I was thinking Serena Williams, and then I don't know. I was trying to think of a football player's name, and I couldn't think of one.
Jeffrey Bezos. Oh wait, no, he's not a football player. What's that? Who's that football player? Russell Wilson.
Sure.
Right.
And be like, aha, they're competing, and it's
Yeah.
like, no, but they're totally different games.
I know, because Russell Wilson is like a really good football player. Have you seen him? He's got muscles, dude. Dude works out. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, lots of people with muscles, man.
He's ripped, dude. You guys. Who's his wife? Sierra or something like that? I think that's his wife. Russell Wilson plays for the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
I
our
know.
team.
I think I've seen his
That's our team.
picture up around the stadiums because they do that. They put big banners with
Yeah.
their pictures.
Yeah, you'd be like,
Back when I
Russell Wilson
would have to take
he
that
plays
4th
some
Street exit.
football. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he throws the ball around pretty good.
Yeah, he throws it and then he catches it and he runs around with it. Sometimes he
I was listening
runs
to
into other people.
I was listening to the George Carlin. Have you ever heard George Carlin do his thing about football versus baseball? It's a great comedy bit. I'm not gonna try to steal it from him, but it's really good if you get a chance to listen to it. Like George Carlin, baseball versus football. It's hilarious. It's really good. Really well done. Elon Musk, but didn't Branson beat them both?
Yep.
Oh, Branson would be his arch nemesis, right? I think so.
I think he's just like that
Virgin-
upstart guy
Virgin
that just
Airlines?
came in and was like, "Hey guys," and then just like flicked them all off and then
Right.
ran up and did it anyway. He's
Yeah.
like
He's like the kind of guy who's like, I got a jet ski, so come check out my jet ski, bros.
right.
Oh, Amazon Associate says promotion extended on a $10 bounty with Prime Video free trials. Where's the Prime Video free trial? Oh, I'm going to find the link for it if you guys don't have Prime Video. Prime Video free trial link. Whoops, LOM?
Doesn't
That's
it
not
just come if you've got Prime?
I don't know. It says there's a $10 bounty, so I'm going to tell you guys to watch Amazon Prime Video. Jeffrey Bezos. They just sent me an email. They literally just sent me an email that says, promotion extended on a $10 bounty with Prime free video trials. So I guess if you become a thing, I get a $10 commission, apparently. That's the most I've ever heard any commission on Amazon.
Dang.
Let's see how much money we've made this month from selling stuff on Amazon. Hold on. Let's
This month?
$0 and 0 cents.
You mean the last 3 days?
But somebody ordered something.
Oh.
Somebody ordered something yesterday. Somebody ordered some parts for their John Deere tractor.
Oh, that wasn't my thing then.
Yep, for a John Deere mower.
Nice.
Somebody ordered some parts for their John Deere mower yesterday.
Nice.
That's awesome. I don't even have anything to do with mowers, but somebody went through my link and bought John Deere parts. Look at that. Amazing. Craze amaze. Let's see. I am exactly 45. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Dennis is 45 years old. Is it your birthday today? Oh, no. Branson isn't even a double-figure billionaire. Man, is he not?
That's okay. You can have $9 billion.
He could still top tier. He could still top tier patron. That's all I'm saying. It wouldn't even bother him whatsoever.
Yeah.
Our nonsensical show has driven people away. They all left. Darn it. Did they hit the like button though on the way out? That's the important part.
Ow.
It's like it's how you verify whether or not you're a valuable person or not is how many likes you've gotten on YouTube. Yeah.
Social media.
If I had a therapist, I would have asked my therapist about that, and they would have verified. They would have been like, "Yep,
Yeah.
Yep, that's how it is.
That's
how many
how the world works now.
likes you got on YouTube is exactly your value, right? And Instagram too. If people hit the like button on your Instagram page, then boom, you're a worthy person. That's what I heard.
Yeah, exactly.
I heard that.
We haven't even talked about fish.
We haven't talked about fish yet because nobody asked a single question about fish.
Well, I mean, we also didn't start with fish.
Should we start with fish?
We could.
We could have started with fish.
Yeah. One of my plecos I thought was going to be dead. I managed to bring him back. I was feeling pretty good about that. It was just like a longfin brown. You know, it wasn't like some named pleco or anything like that, but he was fighting. And he kind of looked like somebody had run him over with a grinder or something like that. It looked really bad. I thought maybe he had lost his eyes. I don't know. I thought he was going to die, but he didn't. Put him in a hospital tank, and let's see, what did I do? I did Furan 2, and that didn't work. And then he grew like a fuzzy hat on his parts that were all,
All damaged.
Yeah, he was damaged, and he turned fuzzy, which was not exciting. I was pretty like, oh crap, this poor guy. And so then I started hitting him with the Canaplex just in case. And that wasn't really doing anything too much. The fuzz was just getting more dense. And finally I started hitting him with the Morrison. Not Morrison 2, not Morrison Oxy. Regular Morrison. They're being tricksy with their labels. So read the labels.
Right.
Morrison. And so Morrison and then Canaplex at the same time.
Okay.
And then
No ivermectin though.
no.
Okay, good.
No, because he didn't
He's
have
not a horse.
worms.
It didn't have worms.
He didn't have worms, and he wasn't a horse. He's still not a horse. And I have different medications for worms. And then the skin that was fuzzy lifted up off of him and came off and revealed healthy skin underneath, and then in a few days it darkened up, and now he just looks like a regular fine pleco. So I'm feeling pretty good about that, but I'm not willing to put him back in that tank where he was fighting, because I don't want him to go fighting again. But yeah, and that's just one of those things where like, why did I use those medications? You know, like, why did I do that? It's just that I read the labels.
Mm-hmm.
I took some educated guesses based on previous experience with other fish and other situations. And plecos, when they start coming of age and going through puberty and whatever, they get hormonal and they do start fighting. Mostly what they do is they'll try and like get into the same cave together, and then in the act of tussling around in there, they scrape their backs on the cave, and that's why it looks like they got run over by like a grinder or sandpaper, is because they literally are sanding themselves down.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. And you would think the solution would be to have smooth caves, but that also doesn't work.
Because they can't stick their eggs to it.
Yeah, they can't stick their eggs to it, and it's too easy. They won't lay in there because it's not proper for them. So, yeah. And so, yeah, you just kind of gotta, if you're gonna breed plecos, you have to be aware that when they grow up, it's time to start moving them.
Yeah, dude. Like, one of my plecos killed another one the other day. Even in the big tank, the males were
Fighting.
battle royale big time.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of them started looking kind of
Rough.
discolored.
Oh no.
I was like, uh-oh, I better keep an eye on this guy. It's like, it's fading away. Oh, but that's nature. You know what I mean? Like, that's how it's going to be.
Yeah.
You know, battle of the fittest.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to breed, so I'm going to try and murder all the other boys in here.
Yep.
Well, it's unfortunate because it's a big tank. You know what I mean? It's not like, just figure out your zone, man. Just go over there, you know, but they didn't want to do that. So.
Yeah, my biggest,
it's
oldest
unfortunate,
male has claimed all of the caves in the tank. So if you are another male and you're trying to maybe sit in another cave in the tank, maybe attract some ladies, no. The biggest and the oldest one, he's like 7, 8 years old or something like that. He will have none of it. He's the only one allowed to attract ladies, and he's only interested in one lady, and he wants everybody else to just go away, get off his lawn. Yeah.
Get off my lawn, fools.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so you have to be careful with when they get older. They get all cranky. It's interesting learning the psychology of the fish, more or less, as it is. Yeah.
I mean, I have a lot of I have a lot of fun, like, with my basic tanks. Like, I mean, realistically, like, I don't aggressively breed or do any of that kind of stuff. I just sort of let things work out and give them the best environment that I can. I'm personally not a huge fan of, like, managing a breeding system myself. I've done it in the past, and I don't like it that much. I do definitely enjoy more of the, like, well, this is what's happening in there. Let's see how they're going to duke it out. And I've already relocated other plecos to other tanks. So it's like, I can't just take them out and put them in the other tank because the same thing's going to happen over there. And eventually I'm going to get to a point where I don't have any tanks that don't have plecos in them.
Right. Yeah, I think I have 3 tanks that don't have plecos in them. 1, 2 because they're too cold for plecos, and 1 because it's too small for plecos.
Yeah.
Zen Ginger says, I just saw my 2 male bristlonoses get at it yesterday. They were head to head and flipping their gill plates at each other, which was odd. It's not odd, actually. That is how near equals will fight. Zen Ginger, and they're trying to size each other up. The trouble is when you've got like Lemon Cakes, who I'm sure you guys have heard of before, who's my 7 or 8 year old big honker of a dude. He will suffer no fools. And so you've got Lemon Cakes versus the little feller that I picked out of that tank who looked like he was gonna die, who was only this big. Right? Lemon Cakes, little feller. So Lemon Cake's out for blood. He don't care.
He's going to maintain dominance no matter what.
Yes, and he does. Yeah, he's not willing to
Suffer fools.
Yeah, he's not willing to suffer fools, and he's not out to try to see who's dominant. He knows who is dominant.
Right.
He is. And so what ends up happening is I have to be aware of that and then call my local shops and be like, bros, I got some that they're sexable and they're this size and they're ready to go. I've got, how many do you want? And then just start bring them out. Clear out the tanks. Reduce the aggression. And if I get rid of some, then I have to do fewer water changes in those tanks.
Then you have to do fewer
water changes. Because there's less plecos.
There's less. Well, yeah, I guess that's true.
Mm-hmm. It's like if I pull 30 plecos out of a tank, that's significant.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. Well, because I mean, I know you sell a bunch of them to stores, or to the co-op, right?
To a few stores actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Co-op will take certain stores. Denny's takes certain, Co-op will take certain plecos. Denny's will take certain plecos. Midway will take certain plecos. Redfish, Bluefish wants some specific ones. Just gotta keep them in my head. Who wants what?
Have you gone out to Redfish, Bluefish yet?
Not yet. I really want to. It's just very far away.
And you got to take a boat.
Yeah, I got to. Although I like taking the ferry.
I mean, I like taking the ferry. Yeah, I just don't like incurring cost and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like when I get. There's some fish that I want to bring up to them. I just want them to be a little bigger before I bring them out there. And I'm like, then I'll go and and it'll be kind of transactional, and I'll feel less like I'm just going up there for no reason, because it is far. It's a bit of a trek.
It's a bit of a trek. You got to go on the boat.
Yep, got to go on the boat.
When you got to go on a boat, it takes a while. That's just how it goes. You're going to like sit in line. People can't figure out how to get their car onto the boat. Then like something happens with the coffee maker on the ferry, and then we're down to one boat, guys. And you're like, oh crap. This is bad news. We're going to wait forever.
Like, dang it.
I think is it the Edmonds ferry to go up there? I don't remember which one it is. Maybe it's Mukilteo.
I think it's the Edmonds Kingston. No.
Is it Edmonds Kingston?
I don't know. Edmonds. The one that you'd get off of 104.
Redfish, Bluefish store. Let's see if we can get it.
Island.
Redfish, Bluefish. There it is. What island is it on? Where are you located?
Whidbey Island, somewhere.
Is it Whidbey?
Yeah.
Then it's not the Edmonds ferry. That's
okay.
the Mukilteo ferry.
Oh, okay. I don't know. All that up north stuff. I don't know what's up there. Why did I just revert to Minnesotan talk?
Mukilteo ferry goes to is that right? Yeah. Oh, do I need a reservation for the ferry?
Wow.
Oh, I guess you need a reservation now for the Mukilteo ferry. It's highly recommended.
Wow.
Yeah, it's welcome to the world of like boat people. I don't know if you guys that are watching the show have any experience with that because you probably all live in like Ohio or something. But out here, there are islands and waterways and things in the way, and then you got to take a ferry to go where you're going. And it is not the easiest thing in the world to deal with. It's not difficult either, but it's just like an encumbrance of stuff to deal with, you know.
Let's see.
And
Directions.
because Mukilteo Ferry goes to Whidbey Island, right? Mukilteo goes to Whidbey Island,
Hold on.
right?
Hold on. Yeah, Mukilteo Ferry.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one.
How to get to Whidbey Island, including maps and directions. You need the Mukilteo Ferry.
This
Can you
thing's
drive
saying,
there?
No. This thing is saying 2 hours and 23 minutes. Wait. What's this? And you'll go all the way up and around. Okay. Yeah, you can go all the way up to like Burlington, which is past Mount Vernon. Down Fidalgo Island.
Is it on Juan
Hopeville?
Road in Greenbank?
Yeah. Holy cow.
Let's get directions.
That is a 3 hour and 9 minute ride right now from here.
From here, it's gonna. Oh, is that bus or something? What is this set to? What's going on? By car, it's 2 hours and 23 minutes right
That's the ferry ride version.
That's the ferry ride version, but what if I want to go over this way?
Yeah,
How do I change my route?
Because I got this.
So if you want to drive there and not take the boat, you got to drive up to Port Townsend and go across the bridge. But I think there's oh, yeah. Yeah, 20 goes across. There's a bridge. That weird floating. Isn't there? Or is that a boat? No, you have to take a boat that way, too. Yeah, because you're going to take the boat from Port Townsend. I don't think there's is that a road? I don't think that's a road. To Fort Casey? I think you got to take a boat right here, right? Or is that a bridge? Well, you can drive up and around if you go this way. Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm dragging my route around and that's going to be 12 hours of driving. Anyhow, I'm going to stop doing that because it's probably not very entertaining for the people watching. They're like, what are you doing?
Right. So the thing that I would want to do would be because I live on the south end in Auburn, which is relatively close to where you live.
Mm-hmm.
If I was able to coordinate it, I would take out the big cooler and I would be like, okay, get these fish for Denny's because they're up in Kirkland. And then, because they are open earlier, head over to Co-op and drop off these fish because they're open at 11. And then from there, do the up and around to go to Greenbank.
Drive up to Anacortes and then across that bridge because I know there's a bridge there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can go down Whidbey Island.
Yeah, because that way, that would be cutting off a lot of miles from my car and be less of me driving all the way around all the time forever. And I would just have them all in those, like, Amazon grocery bags.
Take them into Amazon bags. Amazon fish delivery. You'd be honking a lot. You'd be honking like a grip, dude. We got a new member who's returned to the fold. Alvin Alejo.
Welcome back, Alvin.
Welcome back.
Thanks for coming and listening to me
Ramble.
prattle on and on about my
Your Plecos?
Pleco delivery service.
Pleco delivery service. I'm bringing it. Natural Aquarium says 4 hours and 41 minutes from here with the ferry.
Ooh.
5 hours and 49 with no ferry. Yeah, it'll cut an hour off. Yeah, taking the ferry is faster.
Yeah.
So if you go to the co-op in Edmonds, you drive up to Mukilteo, take the ferry across. It's much faster.
Yeah.
It's just
It's just when you have to schedule it, it makes it hard because then you
just drive up. But they're saying that get a reservation and then you'll have. I don't know why you'd want a reservation. It seems weird.
I would much rather sit and park my car and then walk around a bit for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Just personal preference.
Although everything nowadays, you're supposed to internet ahead, to everything now. I think how that works. You'll be like, I want to come into your restaurant and have a sandwich, and it'll be like, when are you going to be here? 48 minutes from now, it'll be ready. Huh? What's happening?
Right.
Don't worry, we'll Uber it to you. We'll Uber the sandwich to your mouth, wherever your mouth is. We're going to bring it to your mouth hole. So be ready.
No.
Some guy you've never met before is going to wander up out of the bushes and stick a sandwich in your mouth. So
I'm just going to leave it out on the cold concrete outside and then wander away. And then you'll have to just know that they showed up. And then you go out there and your sandwich will be cold.
yeah, they don't ring the doorbell or say that there's a delivery or anything.
Right. We've definitely walked back when we lived in the apartment. We walked out and there was a Chipotle on the floor in front of our door.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd be like, why is there a Chipotle here? We didn't order Chipotle. We were going to go out to go do something. I don't know.
You were going to get
something.
Chipotle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it turned out that the guy had dropped it off at the wrong doorstep. And he came back and picked it up and brought it to somewhere else. And I was like, yeah, so we're just going to drive and pick up our food, I think.
I think so.
We just put masks on.
I ordered a pizza yesterday, and it was delicious.
Nice.
And I think I'm going to eat the rest of it today.
Nice.
Because pizza.
Yeah, pizza's good.
So what's going on fish-wise, other than your Plecos Battle Royale? What do you got going on?
Jeez. My special blushing tiger antlers are looking pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
They were looking good enough that I decided to make a tiny little 3-minute video and posted it on my tiny little channel. And I was like, how do I get them to sit in one spot so that I can take a video of them? So I stuck my whole arm in there, and then they just sit there and try to see if they can eat the hair off of my arms.
Yeah.
And so I'm taking video this way.
I mean, if the ONIP tabs were any good anymore, you could probably do that. I've done that in the past.
Probably. But the thing is that so they'll come to the Rapashi cube or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I find that the best angle is when they are sideways and horizontal for these particular ones because of the iridescence that I'm working on, which is what makes them blush.
Mm-hmm.
And actually the light wasn't great in my little video I saw later, but anyway, regardless. So if I put the cube in there, then they're all heading straight down. And you just kind of see their backs. And it's messy and kind of cloudy and not the best for footage. And so I tried with the arm hairs.
With the arm hairs?
Yep.
Yeah. I was trying to flip myself around and I ruined it.
Uh-oh. Oh, are you trying to make it so that it looks like you're looking at me?
My perspective's all super weird now. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I was trying to flip it around so that it...
Do we both just look to the right?
There we go. I need to go like that because it's set to 4K. There we go. That's why I was all squished.
Ah. It wasn't that I was crushing your head.
Crushing your head. I'm squishing your face. I gotta fix this. It's all broken now. I broke it live during the show. I broke it. There we go. That's fine.
Not even with the hammer, bros. It was like this is some epic non-hammer breaking.
I could have broken it with a hammer. That would have been funny. That would have been funnier.
Pliers?
Sure.
One of them adjustable, not pliers, adjustable wrench things. I always forget what they're called.
Well, I can make myself scoot around. That's pretty fun. Yeah. Buttons. Buttons, bros. I don't know why I'm all squished. This goes this way. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I was pushing buttons and we've ruined it.
Do you know what's cool? Is this wall, and the wall behind me, they're all actually painted the same color, but because of the lighting, the wall behind me looks blue. Anyway.
You'd never... I don't know what's going on with your camera. I really don't. I wish I did kind of know a little bit what was going on with it, but it's doing weird stuff again.
Oh.
Here we go. I'll make you super contrasty.
If you can make me super contrasty, then my eyebrows stand out.
Gonna make you all... Oh, there we go. That seems normal. That seems like normal coloring. Hold on. Here we go. Oh, no. Now you're all red.
Well, that's normal coloring for me. So...
Dude, I don't know what's going on. This is all crazy. I went to Peru, and it's all nuts now. Oh, whoops. Nope. I pushed a button. It went crazy.
Y'all are allowed to ask questions, too, if you want.
I don't know. Everybody stopped talking because we're just too weird. They're like, oh, my God, I can't even
They're
deal
just
with this
entranced by my description of my blushing tiger antlers, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's see. I'm going to scroll back in the chat and see if we can't sidebar the conversation even weirder. Zelfer Knight says it's almost 7 a.m. here. Woke up only 20 minutes ago.
Wow.
Ooh.
That's some earliness.
Yeah, where's that? Where is it 7 a.m. right now?
Let's see.
Hawaii?
No, Hawaii's 2 hours. So we got to be looking at
that's when we
4
started.
hours.
That's when we started.
Oh.
So. Hawaii time.
It's 2 hours.
Yes, it's 7:48 right now in Hawaii.
Dang. Oh, they might not do daylight savings.
Alaska, maybe? Maybe they're in Alaska? I don't know. I'm confused. Hawaii is 3 hours behind the western states. I thought it was 2 hours.
Me too, but maybe it's just a daylight savings thing. Like, why would Hawaii do daylight savings?
Dude, I don't know. I'm going to tell you, like, in Peru, it was weird to be on that 12-hour daylight schedule. It was just weird.
Yeah.
It's exactly 12 hours of light and 12 hours of night. Light and night.
With no variability.
Yeah. It was very weird.
That's one of those things that would drive my dad crazy.
I like to have seasons, bro.
That's what my dad says.
It's got to snow sometime, and then it's got to be warm sometime, and then wet sometimes, and
That's
dry
why my
sometimes.
dad doesn't like Hawaii. He's like, it doesn't snow there. What?
Hmm?
My dad doesn't like Hawaii because it doesn't snow there ever. Except for
It
in the
snows
mountains.
on the mountain.
Yeah, but he's not going to... He wants it to snow all around him.
You go up the mountain, and then there's snow. Well, your dad likes that Minnesota.
Oh, yeah.
Minnesota.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. He's like, it's going to snow on my head. My house might fall down. My house might fall down. Did you make a rhinoceros?
I did. I needed an eraser.
Where did that eraser come from?
Amazon?
Oh, wait, you had it in your pocket?
Yeah.
Oh, very weird. All right. Could dig it. Alyssa brings her own eraser with her in case she makes mistakes. In case she makes mistakes during the show.
You gotta have a needed eraser, man.
Okay.
They don't just come in gray anymore. Now you can get them in like black and white too.
In black and white erasers?
Yeah.
Erasers.
Okay. Zen Ginger says, what do otters eat besides biofilm and algae tabs? That brown algae.
That brown algae?
The brown soft algae that you get.
Diatoms?
Yeah, diatom algae.
Diatomaceous. Diatomaceous algae?
Yes. Sorry, I've been dealing with a
Nice.
lot of diatomaceous earth.
Love it.
Diatom algae, and if they get used to it, they can start eating like Rapashi Soylent Green or even the super green Rapashi, but you like have to smear it real thin on sticks. And
Super green.
I've also had some success with the Bacter AE
Mm-hmm.
because that'll help grow biofilm. So if you think you're running low on biofilm and you're trying to get them fatter, you can do that. Yeah, so give those things a try. See if they plump up for you. Lady Guinevere, what can make my tank too acidic? Lots of things.
Leaf litter.
Leaf litter, definitely. Like if your leaves are decaying in the tank, they will release CO2 as a process of the decay, which will acidify your water. Also, if your plants are uptaking all of the minerals out of your water, then that will acidify your water over time because of that. So if you are having a problem with your pH dropping, like especially just like randomly, I would recommend getting a slow release calcium source. I like aragonite personally. Other people use crushed coral. Some people use cuttlefish bone, not cuttlefish. You're not cuddling them, although they are cute. Cuttlefish bone in the tank. And then it will slowly dissolve as needed in order to add the buffering capacity of the KH into the water column, and then should help.
Do we need a link for cuttlefish bones, bruh?
I think you should link cuttlefish bones and also aragonite. Just like a big old 17-pound bag of aragonite and never have to buy it again. Although I'm actually running low on mine. But I have a lot of tanks.
You do end up using more aragonite for sure over time.
I mean, it does go away eventually.
Somebody asked Wonder Shells. Wonder Shells work. Wonder Shells work pretty well. It's just going to end up being kind of costly. Like, here's the Wonder Shells right here. They break down pretty quick, and you'll just run through a lot of them.
Yeah.
I definitely recommend to just get some aragonite and put it in the bag, like those little zipper bags. Oh, I should probably find some of those. Aragonite. Whoa. This is not that. Oh, okay, here it is.
Wood, plant, CO2, and aquarium gravel. Yeah, those things for sure. You definitely just want to buffer it up. Just to keep your pH from crashing, Lady Guinevere.
Copy. Here's some aragonite. It's a 10-pound bag. It's going to last a long time. And where are those little...
Yeah, I have, just for reference, I've got like 10 tanks and a 17-pound bag of aragonite. I think I still have a third of it. And I bought it 4 years ago. So it lasts.
It lasts a long time.
It lasts.
Did you fill up...
I'll eat a while.
fill up one of these bags right here. This is a zipper bag. And then just drop it somewhere where it's incognito so you don't have to stare at it and be like, oh, that doesn't fit my scape at all.
Right. Or you can just be wild like me and just like drop it in there. Pew. Bam!
Boom goes the dynamite. Here you go. Just throws it in. I don't like to just throws it in because it's gonna mess up my aquascape. So I like to stick it in a bag.
Yeah.
And then I can remove it eventually.
Yeah.
Sometimes it gets clogged up with like a lot of detritus and stuff. And some people would say, well, just rinse that out aggressively. And I just, I put it in Vicky's garden when she's not looking. And then just refill the bag with clean stuff. Well,
Just don't put it with your tomatoes because
all I got to do is just sabotage that woman forever. That's my goal. You know, she's my spouse, man. She's just not my wife yet, because we didn't do the ceremony, but we're like legally.
I mean, you got a house together.
We're legally conjoined,
and a kid.
We have all the legal documentation that we're conjoined at the hip.
Right.
Yep.
Conjoined.
We're conjoined.
You are.
I pulled my hamstring the other day. Have you ever done that?
Yep.
It's brutal, dude.
Yep.
I'm old as hell. I might be dying.
Just need to, like, slowly stretch it and take it easy for a couple days.
I have to admit, my, what's this, my cryptocurrency's on a run right now. It's gone way up today. All of a sudden. I think Elon Musk must be manipulating the market. So I'm keeping an eye on it in case I got to sell.
Yeah, just be careful because it's not even necessarily Elon Musk. Sometimes people just like hype it for a while and then they'll just...
Well, they're pumping and dumping.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the game.
Yeah, that happened to Justin's crypto recently. He's like, why is it so high? I'm like, they're probably pumping it and then they're going to dump it in a second. And he's like, should I sell? And I'm like, meh.
Well, if you're
Wait
in
for the next one.
If you're in for, yeah, I mean, if you're in for long term, some of them are a pretty decent investment, you know, because like, you know, I guess just take like Bitcoin or whatever. Like Bitcoin over the last year. Okay, well that's Captain Insano, but over the last year it's gone up 388%. So that's way more than anybody would ever try to invest in something. But even if you're talking about like a 20 or a 25% return over like a 10-year period or something, like that's pretty good. A pretty decent investment. Some of the weird cryptos out there that haven't been around for very long, I wouldn't recommend to invest in for anybody.
Oh, right.
But, you know, Bitcoin's been around for 11 years. It's pretty stable. It's something that you could potentially do some long-term investing in.
Right. He got some random one for like as a bonus from some job he did.
It's like Steve's coin or something.
Yeah. Right. Regular guy 1 says you're not supposed to spread the brown for your tomatoes. And okay, I said something that was not very clear. I just mean don't do the aragonite because I think tomatoes want slightly more acidic soil.
You got a really high pitch there.
Well,
maybe they want
I could do that. I'm a girl. I have a girl voice.
That's true. Facts.
Or woman, whatever. And so I wouldn't put aragonite with my tomatoes, but I would put it with like sunflowers or potatoes.
Potatoes?
Oh yeah.
Who doesn't want potatoes?
I have
oh my God, we got a super
freaking
chat.
bed of potatoes.
We got a super chat.
Hi, fish friends. Did you want to read it?
Oh, you can read it.
Okay.
You started reading it.
Ellie Foreman says, with a $4.99 super chat, thank you. Hi, fish friends. I'm thinking of embracing the sump lifestyle for a planted, CO2 injected, 120-gallon tank. What brand should I get? I am not handy. That is awesome. You want to get a brand of sump? I've always just like made mine. You know, though.
Me?
Yeah, you do.
I'm trying to find one right now so I can link it.
All right.
But, you know, here we go. So my favorite ones are the Trigger systems. Trigger is the brand. That's like my favorite sumps out there. They're pretty expensive right now because everything is just completely crazy on the market. So I'm trying to find one that might be like linkable here on Amazon. So hold on a minute, because right now it seems like Trigger is not available. Let me see if they're available. Trigger aquarium sump. And I can just find you a regular one. Yeah, Bulk Reef Supply has them in stock. And you can pretty much look through and see like any of them. They have a whole lot of different setups for their sumps. I'm trying to see if there is... Ooh, oh, that's the one that I'm thinking about. Triton has a really good one. Where did my Amazon go? Oh, here it is. I'm clicking stuff. Oops. Man, seems like Amazon doesn't really have anything in stock.
Oh.
Let's see. Let's see if there's any on Amazon that I can easily link to you, because most of the things on Amazon are in a sump kit. So you're basically going to get all the parts to put into a glass tank, because that's pretty much the cheapest way to go about it. Oh, I've definitely used these ones before. The Pro Clear. This is actually a pretty decent sump that if you aren't handy, you could basically order it and basically plumb it in, and it pretty much has all of the features that you want. They're pretty expensive, though, to be honest with everybody out there. Like an acrylic
But if you've
sump
got money but you aren't handy.
That's right. If you're like red-green, or the opposite of red-green. You know, there's a lot out there. Like eShops makes some pretty good ones. You're gonna have to do a little bit of shopping around. Like eShops has some good ones, but they're really basic. You know, and from there, you might want to just get a baffle kit, which the baffle kits are pretty easy to put together. You basically are gonna buy all of the pieces that go into a standard glass tank, and you could just wait for the $1 per gallon sale or something like that and buy a tank that fits it. Like there's a good example right there that like Fiji Cube, I think is their name, Fiji Aquarium stuff. They make these baffle kits that are pretty easy to install, and I think they have like YouTube videos that you could follow along with. But they're pretty much take these parts, put them into an aquarium, and yeah, I mean it's pretty basic to make the sump. And then as far as the plumbing goes, like if you're not super handy, you probably could find a local plumber or handyman or something like that that can come and help plumb the tank. If there's a local tank builder around you, that's who I would recommend to go with to do the plumbing for you, because they're going to know all the ins and outs of doing the aquarium plumbing. Like Jason Gregory is like a good example of a guy that's local around here that will do plumbing for people's setups, but he also builds tanks, right? So because he's a builder, it's sort of like something that he includes in trying to fix my camera. Like I'm all squished and weird. I don't know why it's like that. But anyhow, so you basically want to find a plumber that can help you out, or a tank builder, or somebody that can come and get the plumbing done for you. And it really shouldn't cost that much, depending on what they charge to come out to your house. It might be $500-$600 or something. So that's why I do it myself. That's what I do for work. So I don't. Or you could get somebody from your club. That's a good point. You could probably pay somebody from your local aquarium club if you have some local people around that know how to do it. Like, if I was at a club meeting and you asked me, hey, can you help me plumb my tank? I'd be like, well, here's how much I charge to come out to your house and do that. And then you could either say yes or no, Or if like we were really good friends, then I would probably just do it for free. If we're really good friends. But I don't really have any friends except for Alyssa and a couple other people. Otherwise, everyone else, I just stand around with my hands on my hips thinking about wearing New Balance shoes and going
and
like
wondering
this.
about those shrubberies.
I'm going like this.
Get off my lawn. Get off my lawn. It's all brown.
My lawn's all dead because we don't water it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not dead. It's just sleeping.
It's sleeping. It's waiting.
It's waiting for the rain.
waiting.
Waiting on the rain. That's not how the song goes.
But then again, you know, if you actually are just a viewer and you want me to come to your house, I think that's one of our top tier patron deals. I think it's a top tier. Here it is. Top tier. Let me see.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. Let me scroll down to the top tier. Yeah, independently wealthy investor. It's possible that you may have lost your marbles, which happens from time to time. I understand. I'll come to your place and personally help you for $15,000 a month.
Which is a lot.
That's a lot of cash, bro. Or you could just hire a plumber if you have tons of money hanging around.
Right.
Yeah, so it's one of those things. If it as the joke tier on Patreon, if you're super wealthy, you get the $15,000 tier, or you could just petition Bezos to do that. You know, like where's Bezos at? Like where you at, Bezos? Yeah, because that's probably what it would cost for me to like take weeks off and fly to somebody's house and work on their stuff and then fly back. Yeah. Yeah, if you want me to come to your house, it's going to be $15,000. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of sandwiches. That's a lot of Uber driven sandwiches, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But
However, there's a little like sandwich and coffee shop on the corner around the corner from my house,
yeah.
which isn't too bad. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like sandwiches?
Yeah, and they got pastries and stuff too. And if you're like vegan, they got vegan stuff. Yep. It's like you can see it from the backyard. It's pretty close. My house is conveniently located.
Conveniently located.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we do have a heart out today, so I'm going to say thank you, Kelly, for your super chat. Alvin for becoming a member today. Aquarium Adventures. I love your content. I always have a good time watching his channel with the £5 super chat. Had to go to dinner. Thank you very much.
Might be fishy.
Thank you very much to all the
No.
patrons and everybody who's just regularly around. Fish Tank Barn with a super chat. Thank you very much. If people want longer shows and you want more content on this channel, if you want more content on this channel, it's literally coming down to my time versus the ability to fund that time is basically where it's at right now. And people keep hiring me to do stuff because I have bills to pay. I have to do that instead. So if my bills can be paid by YouTube, I will go crazy making YouTube content. It's not to guilt trip anybody. I'm doing the best I can dealing with this world we live in now with the pandemic and all sorts of crazy stuff going on, and just trying to do everything I can. So sub up to Alyssa's channel, even though... Do you want people to sub your channel?
Yeah, sure.
Subscribe to Alyssa's channel for 100%. I thought last time you said, like, don't subscribe. I was like, I don't want people signing up if you don't want them to sign up. But we appreciate everybody for coming out. If you can't afford and you can just do comments in the chat, I appreciate that too, 100%. Love this community here, and just trying to do the best I can with the COVID world that we live in now. So
I have to add one thing.
What?
Kelly Foreman says for $15,000, you're gonna have to do a lot more than plumb a tank. You're gonna have to clean cat boxes too.
I'll clean some cat boxes for $15,000. If somebody kicks me $15,000, I'll clean your cat boxes. It's probably what it would cost. That's an accurate representation of how much I like cleaning kitty litter. But you know,
Man, I used to do that for $40 an hour.
for that kind of cheese, man, I'll clean your cat boxes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right, guys, have a fantastic weekend. I'll try to be back on Monday. No guarantees though, because I got stuff to do that doesn't have anything to do with you guys. But anyhow, thanks for coming out. We might be back next Friday.
I would assume so.
Okay. Well, Alyssa says she wants to come back, but she's all got mean lean. What are you doing over there? You
What?
slouched over.
Oh.
Oh, you lost your enthusiasm because you're like, it's the end. I'm gonna lay
It's
down and take a
the
nap.
end.
Anyhow, we'll probably see you next Friday. Bye-bye. Oh, like buttons, I think, our thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
Of the
Did I?
Did you hit
I
the like
didn't.
button? You gotta like the show you're on. Did I hit it? I don't even know if I can.
Oh,
All right,
man.
anyhow. Love you guys. Bye.